These guys here are scrubbing the underside of this flashing and ensure that we've got excellent adhesion. Oh, you're good. And as you can see, when the EPDM is completely cleaned off, it has sort of a virgin rubber to it when you run your finger over it. You don't get that much black stuff. There's a little bit, but it's not bad. It's definitely much better than it was before. Now in comparison, if you go over to an area like this, there, you see? That's what we got to get off. If we don't get that off, nothing's going to stick to it no matter what.
No?
Yeah. Alright, here we are at the VA 518, one of the stations that we do work for. This is an EPDM roof. If you can see down here, I'll show you when I step in it very gingerly. Number of things that were done wrong. First of all, there's no reinforcement here. We don't know what's going on, but there's no deck. So that's the first thing. The second thing is there's no can strip. So you should have a can strip here. So what was happening is every time the rain came down here, it settled at the bottom, which is right here, which is the lowest point of the roof. It would basically stretch and pull all the EPDM out. So as the water would sit in here, it would stretch all of this out, just like that. The same thing all the way around. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut back all of this EPDM, try to figure out what's going on here. We've got a 3/4 inch wood over there for the wood decking. We're going to put wood decking back in here to reinforce this, and then we're going to make sure that anything underneath here is insulated. Because if it's not insulated, then we're going to have condensation problems. So we definitely don't want to pull this up and give them a waterproof roof, and then they've got condensation issues which need to be fixed. So we're going to take care of that. Now that's not the only problem area we have in the roof. We've got a number of areas that just do not have any reinforcement. And I'm stepping gingerly so I don't go through anything whatsoever. And the great thing is that you don't know where they are. So you're walking along and then all of a sudden fall through. Here's one right here. Now obviously this has not been done correctly, and this is pretty typical actually of most EPDM jobs that we come across. For whatever reason they're just not done right. One of the things that I wanted to document here is, as you can see, it's been very dry. There was a boot that came all the way from here up to here, all the way up to here. It was sealed all the way down to the EPDM. Now if you see, as soon as we took the boot off, water on the top of this came dripping down off the back of the boot. So what happened is, because there's no seal here, no one ever put any kind of seal right here, probably what happened is there was condensation that was inside the boot. Because the pipe is colder than the temperature right coming through here, the water dripped down, completely saturated the board, and then it dripped down to the lowest spot and completely went through the whole roof deck. There's nothing here. I mean, that's what we got right there. See? We're all the way through. And here is the insulation board that is supposed to you know, I mean, this is cardboard. As soon as this gets wet, it never dries. And so pretty much, as you can see, all the way up to there, you see now that's higher than this. So we know that this is the cause of all of this problem right here. Is just the fact that when this was installed, nobody put insulation around that pipe. If that pipe had been insulated properly, that condensation would not have come through. We have the same issue over here in an even more severe fashion. Being careful where I step here because there is no deck here. It's just completely gone. There's your deck board. Luckily that's metal. Hasn't given way yet, but obviously if this had been allowed to go a little bit longer, I mean, there just never would have been any way if we had just coated over this to fix this. This would have been a recurring problem. So we got to pull all this out.
You want?
As you can see here, the insulation board underneath the EPDM got saturated and wet, and it's basically never able to dry. As you can see, all the deck board here is pretty much warped. So when you see a board like this that's popped up underneath the deck board, you know that you've got obviously some kind of water issues. And of course, this is just completely gone. So that was the cause here, and I'm glad we tore this up, because if we had just coated this over, there's been absolutely no way that we could have kept the condensation from forming, and this just was not the right way to do it.